Hi guys, it's July 8th of 2015. It's morning and it's cold outside. Although it's summer, the rest of the world here it's cold and it's a lot of snow on the ground and it keeps snowing. But anyways, I wanted to send you a short update because I haven't been in touch for a while. Life was quite full on as it sometimes gets, and that's awesome. Um, Thank you so much for all your encouraging emails. As a family, that's what we're supposed to do, encourage each other and build up each other and cherish each other. So I love to get feedback from you. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry that I haven't really replied back yet. So, as you know, a couple of months ago, I was faced with a decision of whether I need to stay in New Zealand or go back home, and circumstances were such that it only made sense for me to go back home to US. Although the strong sensation within uh, uh, didn't make it easy to make that decision to just pack and leave for US, for America. Um, it did make sense to go down south because that's what I felt strongly, that I need to pack my bag and just go down south. It didn't make any sense because not only I didn't had a job and income, and as you know, with all my financial responsibilities, generating stable income is a must. Um, so not only I didn't had a job, but down south I didn't know a soul. I didn't know even one person to even stay for a couple of days or weeks until I get back on my feet. So it didn't make sense to go down, but yet I just couldn't just get a ticket and go back home to US. So I accepted the challenge, and as you can get more details on my YouTube channel, and I went down south, basically just with one backpack and tiny small suitcase. I got rid of most of my stuff because it's just easier to travel and live on edge when you don't have a baggage. So anyways, I came down south, and again, more details on YouTube channel. Miraculously I was able to find a place to stay, find a job. People who didn't know me just embraced me with open arms. So that was amazing. And as I'm integrating myself into the community, becoming part of the community, it's incredible. I see why actually God strongly wanted me to come down here, because some amazing stuff happens, and that's how life is. Once you listen to that call, you make that step outside of your comfort zone, outside of your box. God just opens the doors, and doesn't mean it's easy. You gotta pay a price, but it's worth it. So first thing, it's the churches here. Some of the churches are absolutely incredible. They're just like churches supposed to be. They're part of the community and they walk the talk. One of the churches, for instance, their services completely blew me off. That's where they, in the middle of the service, they can sometimes pray for each other and minister to each other and cherish and bless each other. They actually get together and pretty much now every Sunday and put their hard cash on, buy food, go into the community, meet with people, give them food, pray for them, encourage them. That's how their love look like. They are really involved in the community and walk the talk. It's incredible. They don't just come, worship, sit on the pew, listen, go back home. They actually, as a community, not just individually, and they as on individual basis, they also serve in the community, but also as a church, as a community, they're really involved and they walk the talk. So this kind of people I've been meeting, and this kind of churches I've been at, and it's incredible. another amazing thing happened is that I've been speaking at different venues, at different churches, and mainly sharing for the first time, sharing with my own personal testimony where I came from, the hardship that myself and my family endured, and the miracle that I have experienced in my personal life. So I've been sharing for the first time in my life an actual full story. I call it untold story because I've never told anyone before, never shared even with my closest friends even in Tajikistan. As I'm sharing with testimony, my second part of this testimony is bringing an awareness of human trafficking, primarily for sexual exploitation, and that's been burning inside for so long. I've never knew how am I going to actually start working in that area on bigger scale. I've been supporting victims of human trafficking financially back in Tajikistan. And that's been actually I've seen some amazing results. It's been a long, faithful walk, hard walk, but it's definitely paying off now. So that's what I've been doing, and as a result of getting outside of my comfort zone and getting the testimony out, which is Revelation 12, they defeated the adversary by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, right? Our testimony, never underestimate the power of your testimony. When you testify what Jesus, Yeshua have done in your life, it can bring healing to other people that can relate to your life story and that can see the hope that you've been through that and God delivered and healed you. I can do that as well. So, that's my main theme, and also with where I came from and where I am right now. It's such a miracle, and statistically it's absolutely improbable that I have to share that God did this in my life. If I don't, I steal the glory from God, but the glory belongs to God because He's the one who actually healed, restored, and equipped me to be the person I am today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking, and as a result, I've been building an incredible friendship. Also building friendship with key people that in the future probably we're gonna be partnering together, partners in crime, stopping human trafficking. Basically, building a team to work together, whether we're going to be in the different parts of the world, but working together. So divine appointments, amazing people, meeting with amazing people, and also awesome things that where people actually, I'm praying for people and they get emotionally healed. People who've been mainly my thing, my heart is empowering a woman walking in the fullness of what God designed them to be, and not in their brokenness. So I've been working with a couple of women and seeing amazing results where they healed emotionally, and they've been through hell on earth, and things like haven't been sleeping for years and years, and having nightmares and things, and I've been working with them, and I see incredible results. It's just amazing. And also I've been privileged to lead three people in prayer, lead them back home, lead them back to their Creator, to God, to Jesus, and that's been amazing personally for me. So this is not about me. This is about listening to God's voice and stepping out. Stepping out, living that life on edge, being on fire for God until your last breath on earth. And in that process of learning how to listen to God, I've also experienced some pain. Something happened recently that hit me to the core, where the tragedy happened in the community. Someone died in a farming accident, someone I knew, and a couple of days before I was passing by this person's home, And I've heard this voice within stop and talk to her about me, tell her how much I love her. And so I had that sensation of going and speaking to her about Yeshua. But I tried to analyze it. I was like, I don't know this person very well. It's late at night, and I was on my way of going out of town for another speaking arrangement, and I didn't do what I sensed strongly to do. And I thought, oh, this is just my thoughts. And I was like, surely I will have an opportunity. And I was like, well, hopefully, in a conversation it will come up, and I will open up about my own faith and hopefully have an opportunity to pray for her, right? When I came back, I was struck with the news that she died in a farming accident. And she left a little boy behind. She was in my age, early 30s. And that struck me, hit me to the core. Couldn't sleep at night. Yeah, it was very hard. It was very hard. And sometimes I think to how many people God speak until one reply, until one respond, right? And I'm sure a lot of people do reply. A lot of people do listen to God and do what He asks. But there is also many don't. And at that point, I was the one that tried to analyze, tried to make sense, right? Because it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable going. Going and talking to people about God because of anyways, it's still very hard. So the thing is, we are living in a fallen world. In the fullness of time, it will be restored. And although there are a lot of things I don't understand, and I do have questions, I know that my job right now is to be the light to this world, practically as well. Love and keep on loving until it hurts. And when it becomes personal, like when something happens in my family, it's personal, right? And I will lay down my life for them, but just to make things right for them, right? Whatever it takes. I love them through the pain until it hurts. So right now I'm learning how to treat every single person on earth like that. Every person that God brings to my life, treat them as a family. Because when everyone becomes our family, then it's personal. Then it's not a question of it's uncomfortable to go and speak to people about God or give what we have out of our own resources, right? It's easy to give out of abundance of love, abundance of resources. It's much harder to give when it hurts, out of luck. And that's what I'm learning right now, how to live the life, sacrificial life. It's not popular in the world. Sacrifice is not popular in the world. We're meant to be blessed and have this cushion, blessed, amazing life, right? Beautiful houses and cars and retirement funds, and no, nothing wrong with it. Amazing if God blesses us with that, right? But we're not only meant to be blessed, we're also meant to be a blessing to the world. Leave a legacy, making this world a little bit of a better place after we leave. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning how to not only listen to God, but also don't analyze it, just go and do it. And it doesn't matter whether I'll be rejected or whether I'll be hurt. It doesn't matter. I'm dead for myself. In John 13:34, Yeshua, Jesus said, I'm giving you a new command. Keep on loving each other the way I love you. How does that love look like? He loved even though he was rejected, cursed, prosecuted, thrown stones at, spat at, beaten, and eventually killed. Do I love like that? And no, of course, I'm not gaining his love by my deeds, by what I do, not at all, or even by who I am. Just like a good papa will, he loves me and you absolutely unconditionally, regardless of what we do or not do. We don't gain more of his love by our works. That's not how it works. That's not who our God is. But can we hear the beat of his heart and live any other lives other than give everything that we have? I'm talking about everything. Yeah. And that's what I'm learning, and that's what I'm encouraging you, and many of you are already leading that life, because you are my role models and my inspiration as well. But it's listening to God and say, Hineni, here I am, God, please use me. Teach me how to listen to your voice and keep on loving each other until it hurts. Even though we don't see the results for a year, 2, 10, 15, 20, 30, maybe until we're on our deathbed, it seems like there are no results of that tough love of giving. But we never know what's happening in the lives of people and their hearts. So join this movement with me of loving until it hurts and give all, put everything on the altar. Let's not sit on our resources.